AI security starts with knowing what happened, where it happened, and why it matters. In this section, we'll connect identity, applications, guardrails, cloud, data, and models into telemetry pipelines that support detection, DLP, SIEM analytics, and incident response. So far, we've focused on reducing risk across architecture, identity, applications, guardrails, RAG, cloud, supply chain, and models. Module 5 shifts from prevention to evidence. When something is bypassed, misconfigured, or attacked, what do we capture? Traditional logs show who made a request, what service handled it, and whether something failed. AI systems add more context: what the user intended, what was retrieved, how the model responded, whether guardrails intervened, and which tools or actions were triggered. That visibility is essential for detection and forensics, but it must be selective. Capturing every prompt and response can create privacy, intellectual property, and compliance risk. Think of AI logging as an end-to-end supply chain. Signals begin in identity systems, applications, guardrails, model gateways, vector stores, cloud services, and endpoints. As events move through collection, each prompt, retrieval, model call, and response needs a shared correlation ID. From there, logs are normalized, redacted, and mapped to a common schema, so the SIEM can detect threats and support investigations. The pipeline itself also needs protection: encryption, access controls, retention rules, and tamper resistance. Identity logs often provide the first warning that an AI system is being probed or abused. Capture sign-ins, failed logins, MFA challenges, device posture, and conditional access decisions from Okta and Entra ID. Watch for privileged elevation, group changes, admin consent, service account activity, tokens, and workload identities. The real value comes from correlation, linking identity events to AI requests, model calls, tool use, and data access, so suspicious behavior becomes actionable. Application telemetry should follow the AI request from the first API call to the final response. Capture who made the request, where it came from, the session and request identifiers, and the endpoint used. Then trace the workflow stages: prompt submission, retrieval, model invocation, tool calls, guardrails, and delivery. Gateway and WAF logs add rate limits, blocked payloads, authentication failures, and anomalies. The goal is to reconstruct what happened without storing unnecessary prompt or response content. Guardrail logs show the safety decision trail for each AI interaction. Capture what was evaluated, such as the prompt, retrieved content, tool call, or draft response. Record the classification, including injection, jailbreak, toxicity, data leakage, or unsafe output. Most importantly, capture the outcome: allow, block, redact, transform, warn, escalate, or send for human review. Tie each decision to the policy version, rule ID, confidence, latency, user session, model call, and final handling. A strong logging strategy separates what happened from what was said. By default, capture structured metadata: requester, time, prompt category, token counts, model version, parameters, latency, errors, safety labels, redaction status, and delivery outcome. That provides useful signal for debugging, audits, cost tracking, and incident response. Full prompts and outputs are different. Treat them as sensitive content and store them only with hashing, sampling, vaulting, access controls, and short retention. In RAG, the model's answer depends on what the retrieval layer found first. Telemetry needs to follow that chain: the user query, rewritten query, embedding model, vector collection, filters, top K results, document IDs, scores, and access checks. The key security question is not only what did the model say? It is, what evidence did it see, and was that evidence allowed? Correlating retrieval metadata with the final response helps expose enumeration, sensitive lookups, and policy bypasses. Important AI evidence also lives outside the model layer. Start with cloud control plane logs, such as CloudTrail, Azure activity logs, GCP audit logs, and Kubernetes events to see who changed what. Track access to datasets, object stores, repositories, and model artifacts. Secret management logs show when keys, tokens, or identities are retrieved. Network telemetry completes the picture by exposing egress destinations, DNS lookups, proxy activity, private endpoints, and unusual API calls. DLP for AI has to follow sensitive data wherever it moves, not just through email or file shares. Prompts, responses, retrieved documents, logs, APIs, and chat channels can all expose PII, PHI data, secrets, code, or financial records. Useful telemetry records what matched, the confidence level, policy, user context, classification, channel, and action taken. When correlated with guardrails and SIEM events, DLP can trigger redaction, blocking, quarantine, alerts, or access review. Logs are sensitive systems, not harmless exhaust. Raw prompts, outputs, tokens, credentials, and customer records can turn observability into a breach path. Secure logging starts before ingestion. Redact or mask secrets, tokenize identifiers, hash where matching is enough, and encrypt fields that should remain readable only to approved roles. Then enforce least privilege, just-in-time access, immutable audit trails, and retention tiers based on sensitivity, forensic value, and regulatory need. Good incident response starts before the incident, with logs that speak the same language. Normalize identity, application, guardrail, retrieval, model, DLP, and cloud events into common fields such as timestamp, user, session, request, resource, and trace ID. Add AI context, including model version, prompt risk, guardrail decision, collection, and tool name. When the same correlation ID travels across services, investigators can rebuild the full timeline instead of stitching together fragments. Telemetry should be handled as evidence, not just data exhaust. Assign owners, classifications, approvals, retention periods, and legal hold rules. Make records defensible with immutable storage, warm controls, integrity checks, and synchronized time. Keep operational logs, security events, forensic evidence, and compliance archives separated, because each has different access and retention needs. Finally, test the program before a crisis through tabletop exercises, red team activity, and incident response drills. Security telemetry is the bridge between prevention and response. Capture broad, high-value signals from identity, applications, guardrails, RAG, cloud, data, DLP, and network activity. Keep logs structured, correlated, protected, and privacy-preserving. Next, we'll turn that foundation into detections, investigations, and incident response.